great to have you with us from Jones Stadium in Lubbock, Texas. It's the Colorado Buffaloes and the Texas Tech Red Raiders. Reese Davis, David Pollack, Jesse Palmer with you. Holly Rose down on the sidelines. We check in with her now.
Guys, I caught up with the Red Raiders head coach before the game. He is taking a 1-0 approach. Even though this team is on a 5-game winning streak and they have an unranked opponent coming into town today, he said all we have to do is keep going 1-0 all year long. If we keep a week-by-week focus, we'll look up and be in the college football playoff. That was his message to the team before this game. Guys, back to you.
Thank you, Holly. Really looking forward to this matchup. So the Colorado Buffaloes offense will go on the attack first. And standing in the way is one of the best defensive lines in the country.
Yeah, Palmer, I don't feel bad for this quarterback, but I kind of feel bad for this quarterback because he's going to get some monsters today. And he's had his own struggles, but these guys, man, they all...
Makes the catch and he's free.
I'll tell you, this guy has to get touches early in games. They're doing a good job of that right now. He's so dangerous once he has the ball in his hands. And I think if you're on offense, you move him around and you find more creative ways to get him involved.
Reads it, fires complete. Found enough room to get it into enemy territory. They're down at the 43-yard line. They've come out with answers on this possession and now another first down. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball. So now it's 2nd and long. To the air again, Lewis. Catch in the middle, it's Young.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense, catching the football.
Lewis. They'll run the screen. And that one looked great on the grease board, but when they blow it up like that, the defense is going to win every time. And the Buffaloes line up to punt it away. First punt of the day, and he'd love to lock them up close to their goal line. So Texas Tech's offense takes the field for the first time in this game. Here's the big, dangerous tight end, Terrence Carter. He's coming off a game in which he grabbed 8 passes and scored twice.
You know, what's interesting is you look at the win streak this team is on. You took a look at the offense, especially on film. The tight end is the guy that really stands out. He's such a unique tool. He's so versatile, and he's got tremendous athletic ability. And the quarterback is throwing it to him more and more, and that's going to continue. He told us coming into this game, I'm looking one place early in each progression. It's to find my big fella.
It's a running room. Bulldozes his way through. And they get him out of bounds after an explosive run, just chewing up yardage along the way. That last big play has them in position to threaten here, 1st and 10 from the 37. Makes the grab, it's Carter. Quick step and go. Really confident throw and catch there. Big pickup, and they have a first down. The Red Raiders come to the line with a new set of downs. They've marched to the red zone, and here they go. Finds his big tight end. And he'll run it into the end zone. Touchdown, Red Raiders! Setting up for the extra point after the first score of the game. And the PAT makes it 7-0. A methodical drive that they finish off by tossing it to the tight end.
And the tight end, I'll tell you what, this is a position that's evolved so much, right? And you see him move all over the field. It's kind of like, where is Waldo? You got to find this big fella, especially down in the red zone area. This is the guy they're going to target. They make the big play, get the touchdown.
Out of the chute, quick toss to the right. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker. And the Buffaloes can really attack on this 2nd and short. Here's Lewis to throw. Looking deep down the right side. And the incomplete pass taking a shot on 2nd down, and they'll be left with a 3rd down. That last incomplete pass has him staring at a 3rd and 3. third down from the gun, Lewis. And the incomplete pass will bring up fourth down. The Buffaloes will call on their punt team. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. On his way back from the 20. Slips through the line. Really explosive when he gets his hands on the ball, and he found a couple of crevices and made a nice game before being run out of bounds. Offense in a bunch formation. Quarterback may change this route. Looking for a man. It's Hammond. Picked off. What a play by this defense. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception.
And that's why as quarterbacks, you cannot telegraph the pass. You cannot stare down your receivers because these defenders, they're watching it. And that defender knew exactly where the QB was going with that football, and that's why he picked it off.
Running inside. It's Young. And a decent gain there before the defense makes the stop. After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. Throwing, Lewis. The short hands, it's Moore. And he was able to run through one tackle, but still only a modest gain. The Red Raider crowd rising to the occasion to help its defense on third down. They'll try to run for it. Find some fresh air. Really nice job to convert that third down, and they've got it at the 33. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. He'll do it himself, but nowhere to go. Stopped right at the line of scrimmage.
They go with the option. Quarterback keeps it himself. And look, we've seen this guy on tape, guys, break these tackles and take it the distance. This offense should keep dialing up these option plays. Don't let that short gain by the QB prevent you from running this scheme in your playbook.
Back to pass. And the quarterback will be slung down back at the 43.
And the defense gets a sack, and that's going to be the big determining factor in this football game. A week ago, he only got sacked one time. They've already got him on the ground. If they want to win this football game, they got to keep getting after the quarterback.
On the gun on third down, Lewis. And this defense goes back-to-back sack, Jack. How frustrating for an offense to not only see the extra defensive back with the dime package, but still have their quarterback get hit.
Yeah, when you go dime, this is a passing situation. And if you're a defensive lineman, I'm pinning my ears back. I'm not playing the slightest bit of run. I don't care if they run the football. I'm getting to the quarterback. Nice job understanding that, rushing the quarterback, getting him on the ground.
Opening play of this drive comes from the 13-yard line. Back in motion, try to clear the picture. Slithers into space. Shakes off the defender. And makes the tackle at the 23 after he got 10. It's first down from their own 23-yard line. They get him stopped after a gain of 4 out to the 28.
And, man, I don't know that there's a better 1-2 punch in all of college football when it comes to complementing each other than these two backs. Dickey can run downhill, stay square, be powerful. Williams can you can play touch football in an elevator and lose to that guy. So dynamic, good out of the backfield. Palmer, this offense, I know they got a new QB, but to me it starts on the ground.
It does. I think that's the part that really makes this offense so unique and dynamic is it really is an air raid principle type offense, but they're still running it about 50% of the time. And you just mentioned the two guys back there. When you've got talent like that,
they get enough rush, and it pays off. The sack at the 20. That's the end of the period, and it's Texas Tech holding the lead. And we've come to the end of the first as we take a moment to check out the stats so far. Lots of time left, and we're ready to get back to it and open the second period. And the Red Raiders will punt it away on 4th down. Getting our first look of the afternoon at the punter. The kick is high and away and headed toward the sideline. And no shot at a return here as the punt flies out of bounds. Colorado has the ball back, and the Buffaloes hoping to put their team in prime position on offense. They've gotten very little done on their first 3 possessions, hoping this one will be more productive. Looking for room, it's Young. Still, he smashes his way through again. He stopped right at the 50-yard line, but they'll move the chains. It's 1st down. That's quite a start to a drive, and now they'll snap it from midfield. To the ground, he's got it again. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play. And the Buffaloes trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. Lewis. Grabbed over the middle. It's Williams. Didn't pick up a lot there. Moved it forward just a few. Now facing a 3rd and long. From the gun on 3rd down, Lewis. Connection to the right. They'll mark him down right there, but it is a big play, and they'll move the chains. And the Buffaloes in the hurry-up.
Well, you haven't seen a lot of incompletions from this guy now in his last 2 games out. Completed over 70% of his throws last week. He's doing it again in this game. As a head coach, you got to love the fact that your quarterback is dialed in.
Working well behind the sticks on 2nd down. Lewis to throw. He's got it down the middle. And the catch and run into the end zone. Touchdown, Buffs!
Really nice job working the route and getting himself open. And he was able to locate the football, snag it out of the air, and this guy now has 5 receiving touchdowns on the year.
And the extra point splits the uprights. The returner will field it and try to do some business. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. We thought we might see some of this. They'll go to the Wildcat formation here. Direct snap. It's Williams. He'll toss it. There he goes. He's wrestled to the ground. They ran the option beautifully, and they pick up the 1st down. Lining up in the Wildcat. Let's see what they've got. On the read. He'll pitch it. They'll make the tackle, but not before he's got enough to move the sticks and has his defense's head spinning with the option. We thought we'd see a little Wildcat formation in this spot, and here it is. Quick toss. Maybe some room here. They bring him down. The option run to perfection, and it will move the chains.
Well, this is an offense that has a lot of speed, and they have different guys they would love to get the football to in space, and they can find a lot of different ways to do that. I love the idea of going option here and trusting your quarterback to make the right read. If no one accounts for the pitch man, he's going to get it to the outside, and you see the speed on the perimeter. Really clever play call that time by the O coordinator.
Got 8 on 1st down, now looking at a 2nd and 2. Back to throw, it's Hammond. And the quarterback runs out of time, and down he goes at the 38.
Yeah, and I like teams that are aggressive. When offenses go empty and spread you out, you only got so many guys to protect your quarterback, and the linebacker comes through and hammers the quarterback and gets the sack.
On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. Trying to burn this defensive back. Makes a deep grab. They make the stop, but not before he sets them up with a 1st and goal from the 10. The Red Raiders come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Wants to throw on 1st down. Quick completion on the out route. Tackled after a gain of 4 on the play, and that takes us to the 2-minute timeout. Picked up some of what they needed on 1st down. Now it's 2nd and goal from the 5. He's going for the goal line. And he's in! Touchdown, Red Raiders!
And that That touchdown run is just going to galvanize this entire football team. Really nice job being physical, and that sends a message. We're not just taking the lead. There's a lot of football left. We are going to keep trying to run this ball down your throat.
And he takes this from inside the 5. They'll corral him and get him down at the 17-yard line on the return. First snap of this drive will come from their own 17. Wide receiver going in motion. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Young. And the defense makes the stop after a minimal gain.
Run game is good. Balance is good. Now listen, if the run game isn't good, then you got to pass the football a little bit more. But sometimes you got to keep them honest, take them chunk by chunk.
Looking left. Wide. Oh, he ruins the big gainer with a fumble. And this fumble will squirt out of bounds. The Buffaloes come to the line after the big connection and going back to work. Here's Lewis to throw. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete. Backed up now. Here's second and long. Lewis wants to pass. Makes the grab. He's brought down, but he went backwards after that completion, not the way they had it drawn up. A chance to sort of put the defense on its heels if you convert a third and long. This one from the 44. That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up fourth down. And the Buffaloes will line up to punt it away. They'll look to pin him deep. Is that crazy or genius? Oh, no guts, no glory, man. Here he comes. There he goes. Open it up. Touchdown, Red Raider. The hidden yardage, the big plays, special teams coming through. What a spectacular play by the return man. 90-plus yards.
No. Yes! Perfect. Great decision. Sometimes when that ball gets inside the 10, you might want to let it bounce, go into the end zone. The returner says, I got different plans. I'm going to make something happen. And he sure as heck does when he gets it.
Lining up to add another. And the extra point pushes the lead to 14. Man, you just can't put a price on having a guy like that back there to return punts, and he turned that one into a touchdown. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. The Buffs offense ready to begin this drive. Getting late here in the first half, they'll have a chance to make this a one-possession game.
And the offensive play caller here has to really be dialed in. It's important down 2 possessions, Dave, that they're able to score some points. So you got to call your best stuff in this 2-minute situation.
And it's such a good opportunity to come into a one-score game, create that momentum, get some good juices going for the second half, because obviously, you know, you built yourself a little bit of a deficit. You need some good things to happen, and it needs to happen on this possession.
As a quarterback, this is going to be a very tough game. You're going up against one of the top 20 youth. Entire country They know who your primary target is. They're going to be keying on him just like they did that last time, forcing the incompletion.
Here's the pressure. He's sacked. This defense all over him. Texas Tech will call a timeout. That's their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half. He gets it away from his own end zone. He'll field the punt and try to make a big play. Man, oh man, did that coverage team have its hands full. Well, not full because they didn't get a hand on him for quite a while. Great return there. Might be changing the route. To the air, it's Hammond. He'll pull it down and run. Able to get just a few before sliding to avoid the hits. And the Red Raiders want to move quickly. Back to throw, and they've got to be aware of the clock. Nothing doing downfield. He'll cut his losses and throw it away. It'll be 3rd down.
Like the job by the defense there in coverage. They took every option away from the quarterback. He was outside of the pocket, nowhere to go with it, so they forced the incompletion throwaway.
And the kicker delivers the 3-ball to finish off the drive. And that will extend their lead even further.
And so many more times we're going to say, go for it, be aggressive. Nice to have a guy you can depend on, and you know you're putting 3 on the board. Nice kick, nice job.
Here he comes with the return. He'll be brought down, and that's the final play of the half. We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
From our gorgeous Orlando studios, it's the Week 5 edition of the EA Sports College Football Update Show. Let's get things popping this week with Kentucky taking on the number 6 team, the Ole Miss Rebels.
And he hauls it in, and everybody's on the edge of their seats. He'll be stopped short of the 20-yard line on the return. They'll mark him at the 19. The Red Raiders offense comes out ready to attack. They go to work in the 3rd quarter with the lead, but they have had a little trouble keeping their quarterback upright.
Yeah, and you have the lead, you're positive, but the offensive line coach is definitely going to be upset. And the offensive coordinator, listen, I don't want my guy getting touched. He's being productive, but give him some more time here in the second half.
I think you can do that, too, offensively, by maybe leaving your tight end in to help block, maybe chipping with running backs to help these tackles out on the edge, because you're right. That pocket has been shaky, and if it continues to be that way in the second half, this could be a much different-looking football game.
Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. He might want another play. Wants to throw. It's Hammond. Flushed out of the pocket. On the run, fires downfield. And that's going to fall to the ground incomplete. That was a physical matchup there. 3rd down coming. Trying to pick up a 1st down. The run inside. It's Williams. Stop is made at the 35-yard line. It'll be a 4th down. Here comes the Wildcat. Watch out here. On the direct snap, it's Williams. Now the toss. Here's a little room there. He's brought down, but not before he picks up the 1st down, and a gutsy call to keep this drive alive.
And this defense has to be so disciplined. Like, you just got to understand, I can't all go for the quarterback, and too much attention on the quarterback. We didn't play the pitch really well. That's why this offense is really hard to stop.
Oh, he's got some space. They make the tackle at the 36, but they're in plus territory now with the 15-yard pickup.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the 3rd quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football, and you're now seeing this up.
And the Heat gets home. They knock him down back at the 45.
And the defense needed that one badly. They're losing in this game. They just gave up a big play, so they finally get the sack, but you feel like they're going to need more than that. They're going to need some turnovers to get back in this game.
This drive facing a little adversity now after that last play. It's 2nd and 20. Looking to fire. Bringing the heat. Trying to get away. At the 35, he's open. All the way down to the 27-yard line before they get him out of bounds, and this offense is threatening. Here comes 3rd and short from the 27. This defense trying to make them settle for a field goal. Just a short pass to the tight end. He'll come through on 3rd down as he's got enough, and they'll mark it at the 23. 3rd and short, and I guess the only thing they really took out of play in the shotgun was the quarterback sneak.
Yeah, and that's kind of what I like to do, Reese. I mean, 3rd and inches, I want to run the quarterback sneak, run the football, but this team fully comfortable throwing the football, and you see why. Easy pitch, easy catch, 1st down.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it. This offense had so much success in that first half, so in the 3rd quarter, they come out, and the quarterback looks like he's still dealing. This has been a real...
And they get to the quarterback and knock him down back at the 16.
And for quarterbacks throwing the ball down this close to the goal line, because there's so many bodies in such a small space, oftentimes routes take a little bit longer to develop, and it forces quarterbacks to have to hold on to it a little bit longer. That's the risk and danger with throwing the ball so close to the goal line. You might...
Turning it on. Headed to the end zone. Touchdown, Red Raiders. And the pummeling has started. How efficient have they been as they extend this lead here in Week 5?
Well, they've been calling his number, running the ball a lot on this drive, Dave. That's an outstanding run right there. But whether it's designed or whether it's off script scrambling around, this defense can't find a way to corral this guy. And if I was on offense, I'd keep letting him do this.
Yeah, and the annoying thing is, man, the quarterback gets the ball every single play. They snap it to him. He can throw it. He can scramble. He can run. So really just opens up the whole field is at his mercy. And this defense right now, not finding a lot of answers. They've got to do something to stop this quarterback.
Tackle is made at the 28 after a pickup of 3. Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. Motion from the back. Throwing, Lewis. Bought a little time, lets it go. Finds his big tight end. Knocked down at the 44, but he got 15 on that one.
I know we're a long way up here in the booth, but guys, y'all remember that ball you could throw that whistled? That thing was whistling. It had so many RPMs on it.
Good, solid tackle.
Tell you what, that read game really slows you down defensively, kind of makes you play responsibility football. And when you get chunks like that on 1st down as an offense, I would continue to come back to it.
Fighting off the defender. And they'll bring him down after a short pickup.
Man, a nice second effort by the back to break a tackle. But how about those defensive backs willing to come up, stick their face in the fan, and make a tackle?
Those are the best run defenses, too, right? It's not just D linemen and linebackers getting all the plays, but it's D.
There he goes! Inside the end of the end zone! Touchdown, Buffaloes! Oh, the offense shows some life here and cuts into the lead with that score.
And, man, they needed it. They had to have something to go right. Listen, still down, but this is a great start to getting back in this ballgame.
And he knocked that one right down the middle.
Texas Tech, 31, Colorado, 14.
He'll take the return and try to improve the field position. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Texas Tech will start the drive. The offense ready to go. They still have a cushion, but you don't want to feed that hope with unproductive drives. A lot of work to do as this drive will start from the 16-yard line. Breaks the tackle. Defense right there to stop him in his tracks, and they get nothing on that play. Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. There was just nowhere to cut back. Great job by the defense, and he'll have to take the loss.
And, man, how many times are we going to call his name today? He has been so much fun to watch. Got a couple of sacks. Add another tackle for a loss here. He has been all over the field, and he has made some serious plays for this defense.
On 3rd and long, hoping to throw beyond the sticks. He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete, and fourth down's coming.
Yeah, and on money down defensively, you got to find ways to affect the quarterback. Nice job by the defense, getting the pressure, getting to him, getting a hit on him, and forcing the incompletion, and now forcing the fourth down.
He'll field the punt and look for room. That's a perfect example of not settling for a fair catch. Pick up whatever yardage you can and help out the offense. This should be the last play of the quarter. Running inside, it's Young. And he's brought down after a solid gain, and that'll be the final play of the third quarter. And a chance to mull things over. Let's see how they start the final period here on second down. Lewis. He's got him. Good pick up there. They'll move the chains, and they're set up at the 41. New set of downs after the completion. Lewis to throw. Got it in the middle. It's Atkins. After the completion, we see there is a man down, and the clock will stop to check on him. That is the freshman defensive end that they're very excited about. They're hoping that he's able to return to the game shortly. Wants to fire on second down. That's caught by Williams. He's close to the first down, but they're going to mark him just a little short. They're looking at a third down and short from the 33. DB's locked up tight on the receivers. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that is it. It'll be fourth down.
And we knew the linebackers were the strength of this defense, but coming in the offense, man, they felt really good about their running back. And so far, man, it's been a fun matchup to watch, but advantage to these guys that have been filling gaps, scraping, getting to the football, making plays. This linebacker unit really held down this rushing attack that they usually hang their hat on.
To the air on first down. Throws to the wideout. He's got an open man. Plenty of room on that play, and they find their way to the 36. The Red Raiders peeled off a huge chunk of yardage through the air and now back to the line. Looking downfield on first down. Myers on the move. Almost had the completion, just missed it. Now inside 4 minutes to go here on second down. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Williams. Got enough for the first. Guided out of bounds at the 22. A good play for this offense as they are threatening to score. And the Red Raiders will snap it on 1st and 10. This time he wants to throw. Got the quick pass. Got some room in under the goal line. Touchdown, Red Raiders! And the route is on. With that, they are closing in on bowl eligibility, but with this big lead and a 6-0 start, much bigger dreams for this squad.
And how about it? Everyone getting involved, getting the big tight end involved. This offense has done an unbelievable job scoring points. This defense has had no answers. Just keep it rolling, offense.
He'll start the return inside his 5. Tackled and brought down at the 16-yard line after the return. And the Colorado offense is coming back onto the field. What a turn that last drive was. Didn't pick up the 4th down, and it led to the scoring drive, David.
Yeah, and those are frustrating because you think you might get points and then your defense gives up points. This has got to be a complementary football type deal. The offense now needs to provide a little spark and give this defense some hope.
No doubt, David. They got to turn the page, and they've got to play with a little bit more urgency here, knowing they've got to get that one back and put a good drive together.
Gonna run it. It's Young. Into a mass of giant bodies. We'll call it a 1-yard gain to the 24.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. A lot of times we don't focus on it enough, but how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
Lewis from the gun on 3rd down. Fires to the big fella. Breaks free, and he might be gone. He's at the 40. He's at the 20. And he eluded the defense, and he'll take it all the way. Touchdown, Colorado!
And how about the big tight end doing the work for the quarterback, man? Nice, short, safe throw. And how about the speed, the athletic ability? You've seen the evolution of the tight end in the history of football, and this is exactly why. They went from being a big target to now a guy that can make plays after the catch and make big home run plays like he did right there.
They're down big, but they'll keep fighting to the bitter end and line up for the onside kick here. Few anxious moments there, but the hands team true to its name as they make the grab and get the ball.
Well, trailing by as much as they are here in the fourth quarter, no big surprise. They're going to go onside kick, and obviously their opponent was ready for it. They hop on the football, and they're going to ice this game, it looks like.
He's up to 81 yards rushing, and that should be no surprise. He's been among the nation's elite all season. They'll go right back to him. They make the stop, but he'll have enough yardage for a first down.
That's got to be demoralizing if you're the defense. You're trailing, you need to get the ball back. You got to get off the field, but you can't stop the run when they're going between the tackles. This defense is going to have to get a lot more physical, especially in the middle.
Finding an escape route. They'll make the stop, but he gets 4 on the play. Ball's at the 25.
And here's the mindset if you're on offense. Fourth quarter, you've got a huge lead. Obviously, you're going to run the football, but just be aware of the clock. You don't want to snap it too quickly. You're probably just doing safe runs inside the tackles.
Could be an alley. They finally make the stop, and the defense out of sorts against that Wildcat, and they give up a big play. So they come to the line, and the Wildcat going to give him a different look. He'll toss it. He's brought down after a gain of about 5. Clock comes to a stop as we've reached a 2-minute timeout. On the snap, it's Williams. What powerful running, just driving the pile forward for everything he could get. He'll be just a few inches short. Looking to convert, they'll go to the Wildcat. Back has it. Touchdown, Red Raiders! And the punishment has been extended. That score will give them a little more room to operate here in the fourth quarter as they go for their 6th straight win.
With that last touchdown, they remain undefeated. And what can you say about this offense? One of the most explosive in the entire nation. And they're coming in, I think, every week with the mindset that we're just going to outscore everybody. We are okay going into a track meet, and that's really what we saw in this game today. But opponents just cannot keep pace with them and all of the athletes they have on the offensive side of the ball.
First snap of this drive will come from inside the 15 at their own 14-yard line. Here's Lewis to throw. On the move, he fires. On the left side, grabbed by Williams. Oh, a lot of space. He's at the tip. He is in. Touchdown, Buffs!
And that's what makes this guy so dangerous. You get him the ball early, and he can do all the work after the catch. Phenomenal job in the open field, uses the speed. It's a long touchdown. Man, it feels like an earthquake just went off here.
Yeah, and it's so nice to have that guy that you can find, and he can make all that damage after the catch. And I tell you what, as a defense, you got to respect it. You got to get more eyeballs on him and more attention to him. And listen, it's getting late in the game. It's in the fourth quarter, and they got to make something happen when you're down by this much. But tell you what, this onside kick went like the defense, and the offense is gone for this day. It's just underwhelming, not successful, just been a bad day.
Under fire. And down he goes. The defense bringing the heat.
And, man, it can be dangerous when quarterbacks get outside the pocket. They can stress your defense so bad. You better chase them. You got to keep running as hard as you can and try to get to him before he can throw that football, and especially square those shoulders up. Nice job by the
Lofts one deep down the right side. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have held on. The misconnection leaves them with a 3rd down. To the air, it's Hammond. He's not afraid to go deep. And this is dropped. Incomplete pass. He had a huge gain in his fingers, and he couldn't hold on.
And that is a frustrating possession for this offense. You wanted to run the football maybe, take some time. You did the...
Wait just a minute, guys. The offense looks as if they're going for it in their own end. On the direct snap, it's Williams. How about that defense rising up and stopping him short on 4th down? Caught in the backfield, it's Williams. Several defenders there to get him on the ground. Now they've got to hustle to the line and get set.
Nice job by this defense creating that negative play. That's what all defenses want to do. But look at this. This offense, they ain't scared. Right back on the ball, ready to run another play, ready to make this defense work.
Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down. Now this offense tries to figure out a way to move the chains after the 2nd down misfire. On target, powers through the defender. And there were no creases or crevices to run through, and they shove him out of bounds. All right, let me jump in here. They are going to go for it on 4th down, and I'm not sure they have much choice in this situation. Complete and looking for enough for the 1st down. And he is stopped short, well short of the marker as the defense stands tall. Lining up in the Wildcat, let's see what they've got. On the direct snap, it's Williams. Now the pitch. They forged ahead just a bit, not a lot working with the Wildcat there. They'll call timeout with 9 seconds left on the clock. Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. There's a crease. They can rely on this guy to pick up solid yardage when they need it, and he's out to the 43. Timeout on the field and 4 ticks left to go. One more play to pad the stats. Breaks into the open. And that is how we will wrap this one up. They get the win. They are now bowl eligible, but when you have a 0 in the loss column, there are much bigger fish to fry.
I think a lot of people thought they'd be 6-0 at this point, too. So we know they're going to a bowl game, great. But, David, they've got their eyes set on the college football playoff and a national championship. They have that kind of talent. They're not surprised they're 6-0. They're looking to do bigger things.
No, 6-0 is great, but that's not the goal. They want to be 12-0. They want to be 14-0. They want to continue this streak as long as they possibly can. Extremely talented. Nobody's surprised, and their goals are a lot bigger than this.
That's going to do it for us here. For David Pollack, Jesse Palmer, and Holly Rowe, I'm Reese Davis. This has been a presentation of EA Sports College Football.